Hello, my name is Van Smith, managing partner and attorney here at Smith Strong Law Firm in Virginia. And today I just wanted to talk to you about some lessons learned from a Wall Street Journal article that a financial advisor recently sent to me that I found very interesting. And it just reiterates for me the importance of the work we do with trusts, with estate administration here in the firm. And I often say this, that little hinges swing big doors. And so oftentimes these little things that are missed have gigantic consequences. And it was reminded to me of this as this financial advisor passed along this article, and I wanted to share it with you. So essentially it's this. In 2010, the IRS started allowing portability. And so when the first of the two spouses to die, the first spouse passes away, there needs to be an election made in a certain time period within that first year of the death of the first spouse. And so it's very important when you're dealing obviously with the grief and the loss of a loved one, to make sure you're partnering beside all of that grief with an attorney, an accountant, and a financial advisor that you trust. In this case, because that election was not made in time, and they also then missed extensions, when the surviving spouse died, it cost this family $1.5 million in additional taxes that they would have avoided had they made this simple election on a form and filed with the IRS in the proper time. I know that sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. So, when you're dealing with the grief and loss of a loved one, make sure you have a legal advisor. I'm assuming based on the size of their estate, they probably had adequate counsel and they thought, we've left the beneficiaries, we've had the trust, so the person dies and we just keep living our life and we won't worry about this until, in this case, or in many cases, till the surviving spouse passes away. And then we'll see, okay, where we are and I'm sure the money will be there to pay off the creditors and taxes and any debts that are owed, and then we'll divide the rest. And we so often miss, with that big picture that I love, the little things that need to be done along the way. So upon the death of the first spouse, and certainly upon the death of the surviving spouse, it's important to get the team together. Make sure you've huddled up with the attorney, the accountant, and the financial advisor. And you say, okay, big picture, what needs to be filed and when? And are we on the right track? Always important, even if we think we've dotted every I and crossed every T, to make sure we have those meetings. And so we take a team approach here. We're not going to tell you what to do. We're going to stay very humble and in our lane. And then we're going to very humbly ask the accountant and the financial advisor, if you have them, okay, what else do we need to do from your perspective? And that common conversation, very quick, maybe an hour and a half, it will save so much heartache down the line. And I was just reminded of that with this article. So, of course, don't forget your portability elections after the first spouse dies. But even if that just sounds like legalese and mumbo jumbo, don't worry. Take away from this one thing. When the first spouse passes, let's get the team together and make sure we're thinking through to preserve the estate and ensure more of your estate is there for the surviving spouse and the heirs that follow. Thank you so much, and give us a call if you need our services. We appreciate it.